Welcome back to Springfield here on the campus of Drury University. We've got another girls 18U Final Four matchup. The West Michigan Hornets have already booked their trip to the Undisputed Championship ball game for girls 18U. They are back in it once again. This time, they're not there just to see sights. They're there to win the championship this year. They're ready to go. They will play the winner of this ball game. Two Texas teams. This is the third meeting of the season between them. We got Dallas HSAA in white, and they're from Dallas, Texas. And in black, we've got the CHSA Wolverines from Houston, Texas. These two teams take each other on as they have each won their class. CHSA was a number 2 seed. They knocked off the Chap Chariots from Lansing, Michigan yesterday in a big win. Dallas HSAA beat CHSM out of Houston. And here we are, courtside. And I got CJ Pomeroy as well as Jesse Sanders with me right now. And CJ, what are you expecting to see from this game? I expect a pretty good competitive contest here.
Yeah, both these teams have played each other back and forth twice this year. I was talking to a coach earlier, and I expect this one to be a little bit of a boxing match out there. I think both these teams are happy to play physical brand of basketball, and they're going to get after it. Obviously, on the HSAA side, they're led by their superstar and Addie Seal. And then on the CHSA Wolverines side, they're led by their superstar, Shiloh Grays. Both of those are D1 players in the upcoming future. Both have significant number of offers and interest already as underclassmen. So I expect this to be a good one.
And so we got Addie Seal going for the tip here, and she wins it easily as she's got that height advantage, and she's a very good player. She was the Big South MVP as Dallas HSA won that championship. Open three, popped out, no good. The ball's tipped, rebounded by CHSA in for Chip Kima. Shade Chip Kima, who got that rebound. Up top now is Shiloh Grays feeding it back. Chip Kima, high post. Tossing it, three-pointer, quick trigger, no good. Rebounds fought for.
Shade actually pronounced it Checkima, so I know it's a unique spelling. But, man, have a lot of time, both her and her brother, Court, both, really, really dominant players in the CHSA program.
Kick outside, three-pointer on the way for Treese, and she knocked it down.
The one
Evangeline Treese.
CHSA program-wide running that 1-3-1. What HSAA has a real advantage in their guards. They have such length up top.
Yep.
Typically that 1-3-1, they're trying to make those passes be lobs over the top to give you time to rotate. Man, when you got 6'2" and 6'4", throwing that ball up the top, that's going to be hard to rotate and rotate quickly.
And on top of that, yesterday they shot the ball really, really well. HSAA did. And starting here with a three, if you can hit the three and have that length.
Evangeline Treese picking up her first personal foul of the ball game. Heading to the free throw line now for CHSA is Rowan Green.
So HSAA on defense looking to be super aggressive. The ball pressure that they can put on with Fair and Jefferson. Those girls, we watched them yesterday, just really give the ball handlers a lot of trouble. And then you got a front line back there that's, all over 6 feet. So
yep.
They're, let's see, the 1-3-1 on this side and pretty aggressive man over here on the other side.
And they're going to bring in good size off the bench. HSAA will.
3-2 game as Fair gives it over to Seal, back to Fair, left wing. Dealing with the defense, driving, getting a screen, kicking it outside, stopping, firing the three, off the mark, no good. Rebound is fought for and gotten by Singleton.
And Yarbrough is a terrific player in her own right, just a phenomenal player for the last couple of years for HSAA. 0 for 2 here in the early going. I'm not really sure those shots were in rhythm, though, for her.
Seal with it now, guarded. She pulls up the high post. Jay is no good, back rim, pulling it down.
That's one of the things, though, CJ. This 1-3-1, I think it's a different look than you face most of the season, and so finding a rhythm, it's going to look different than what you'd have in your traditional 2-3, how you'd attack, and then again against a man. So early in these early moments, you really want to move it around, find where your advantages are. If you can get it to the corner and attack quickly, or get a couple of quick passes, it's going to be the best way to attack.
HSAA will get it after the missed shot goes out of bounds, and they've got it now. Seal will bring it up the floor.
And Checkema and Fair getting into it. Those are two feisty defensive players, are already getting after each other a little bit.
Seal left side, trying to find a way to attack this 1-3-1 zone. Kicks it out, right wing three, back rim, no good. Offensive rebound there for Jefferson. Shot blocked, taken, fouled. And the Angels.
And CHSA is pretty fortunate right now. They've had 4 or 5 room and rhythm threes, and then also getting some second chance rebounding. That's going to be, if you're CHSA, really focusing on, hey, we're oversized at every position. So how can we gang rebound? Because they've got a height and a length advantage across the board.
Just under 5 minutes to go here in the opening period. 3-2 ball game lead for Dallas. Feed to the wing. Here with Green. She's guarded by Yarbrough. Now Grays guarded by Seal. Getting the screen, now driving. Feed, high post. Or short corner, rather. Back out to Grays. 4.5 minutes to go first quarter.
And how CHSA is going to get Shiloh Grays involved offensively here against this physical defense of HSA is something I'm going to be looking for. She has yet to take a shot here in the first 4 minutes of the game.
Pass stolen. Jefferson to the basket, right hand, fouled in the open court by Chepkema. Her first.
That's that length you're talking about, Jesse, on the defensive end, just able to poke it out.
Yeah, and again, you talked about the size coming in for HSAA off the bench. Just looking at the two lineups, even in warm-ups, HSAA, they can go 9-10 deep, no problem. CHSA, they've got a thinner lineup, and so they're going to be careful both with foul trouble, but then also with the tempo of this game. You don't have the luxury of going 8-9 players deep. Just sheer lack of roster space. So I do think it's great. Shiloh not looking to be super aggressive. Take some time off clock. Find the look that you want.
Grays with it now. 5-2 ball game lead for Dallas. And now the move from Green, feed into the post to Grays, working against Seal.
Oh,
nice
wow.
spinning the other way, left-hand finish.
Okay.
How about Shiloh Grays? What a play.
And she's worked on that a little bit.
Holy cow.
Like the dream shake off the bounce.
Here's the trap in the corner, and there is a foul.
Yeah, if you're CHSA, you love that possession. You're slow, you work it around, you get it to your best player on the block in an isolation situation.
Mariah Renard just picked up the foul. She's coming out of the ball game. In is Tavia Taylor. Here's Fair.
And one reason I think you do play this 1-3-1 against HSAA is to try and slow them down. I think they're a team that wants to play with some speed. But it's so important that you rebound out of the 1-3-1 because the 1-3-1 takes your rebounders kind of out, Jesse.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, so you're that girl down there on the baseline, she's often fighting every time 1-to-1, sometimes 1-to-2. So those wings have to come down and help on this glass.
Wolverines with the basketball. It's Taylor on the left wing. Looking to feed it into the post. Outside. Chepkema. Back out. Grays. Guarded by Seal.
I wonder if they're going to do another dribble handoff or pick and roll type action to get Shiloh back into the post.
And Seal
She
trying
is all over her.
to get that ball, and she's going to pick up the foul. So Addie Seal will pick up her first personal foul.
I think initially I agree, no call. And then as that play developed more and more, it became evident that there was going to need to be a foul call there. But
yeah, it's hard not to just get hungry, though. You see that ball on the ground, you're like, dang it, it's right there. I need this.
Here's the drive going against Jefferson. Three-pointer on the way for Green, and it was well off. And it will be Dallas basketball. Here come the Angels. Stop, pop, three for Seal. Knocking it down. String music. Addie Seal on the board. 10-4 lead for Dallas.
She is just, her shot is so good. I mean, yesterday she shot the ball just extremely well after only having, I believe, 4 points in the Sweet 16 game.
Grays, what a move, but she misses at the cup. Seal moving it up floor to Jefferson. She's all by herself for the right-hand finish.
That was great. Her eyes went up right away. You get that, a lot of times young players will get that ball. Man, it's head down, eyes on the ball. She got the outlet, first dribble, and her eyes are going up. Create an easy bucket for her teammate.
Timeout CHSA as the Dallas HSAA Angels with an 8-point lead, 12-4, a minute 41 to go. Opening period.
This is a really good timeout from CHSA. They need to kind of settle things down, I think, a little bit. They got to find some rhythm offensively. Right now, they've not really been able to get what they want, I don't believe.
What if you're Jawan over there, CJ? What are you looking for? I know there's a lot of defensive, just prowess over there for the HSA lineup. Where are you finding your advantage there if you're CHSA?
Well, knowing Coach Jawan, those girls know what they need to execute on offense. And so I think they need to settle themselves down a little bit and execute. And then defensively, you got to find someone and board. Because really, I don't believe HSAA is executing at such a high level at the moment that they're getting the initial shot that they take, but they're getting second and third opportunities.
Yeah, offensive rebounds. We've had a couple of turnovers here that have led to transition buckets.
Wolverines basketball. Grays on the swing. Green out Grays. Open three on the way. She hits it.
Wow.
Shiloh Grays with 5.
That was great by Shiloh. They tried a hard trap on that ball screen looking to create a turnover, and she made him pay.
Seal on the feed.
Inside-outside game. That's what you love to see from your really good players.
Pressure being shown by the Wolverines. They get the steal. Down the floor. 2-on-2. Now bringing it back out. Swinging it over. Left wing 3. There's going to be a travel call, and it will head back to Dallas.
Little hop step. She caught the ball, took a little hop step there, and that's what they got right away.
We talk about fighting for your feet. Try to do your work early, and it's hard. You know, Tavi Taylor was there. Momentum was carrying her one way. The challenge is can you stop and get settled before that ball comes?
There's a steal now. Grays accelerating, left hand foul.
Man, did you see
underneath.
the acceleration from about half court? Between half court and the volleyball line, she was going about twice the speed of the defender. She is, man, gifted athlete.
Kalia Arps is the one to pick up the foul. Shiloh Grays to the free throw line. She's got 5 points. 53.4 to go in the first quarter.
These are just really big opportunities. If you're CHSA, you've got to be able to score when the clock is not running. Again, the depth options are limited for them, so you've got to take advantage of everything that you can take advantage of.
Splitting the free throws is Shiloh Grays, cutting the lead to 4. Under 50 seconds to play first quarter. Addie Seal with the basketball.
So interesting. They sent Shade came out, picked up about 60 feet, and was forcing left.
2-on-1.
That's a look I've not seen from CHSA yet.
Green's 3 pops out no good. Her shot looks good. She hasn't been able to get one to fall yet, though. 4-point game. Seal pass deflected. Stolen. Bell's pass to Grays. Under 20 seconds to go in the first.
They called that timeout, and they've been able to force multiple turnovers since the timeout. So good timeout there from Coach Claire, getting that defense going.
Under 10 seconds to go first quarter. Corner 3. Nearly there. Offensive rebound. Grays unable to gather the basketball, and the first quarter comes to an end. 12-8 lead for Dallas HSA. They went up 12-4, and then CHSA was able to chip away with 4 points to cut it to 4 after 1 quarter. This is homeschool basketball. Second quarter in session here, 12-8 lead for the Angels. Drive here for the Wolverines. Ball's going to be stolen by Jefferson down the floor. Moving against Grays. Outside now, Yarbrough. Corner three. No good, back rim. Tip to the outside. They chase it down, and the Angels bring it back into control. It's fair.
Second time you've seen Jefferson read a passing lane. She's got that high hand contest. Knocks it out and goes and gets it. She's a really impressive defender.
And if you look at HSAA out there, she doesn't look, she's not their tallest player, but she's very tall.
Oh, yeah.
That's the thing about this Dallas team.
So toward the end of the first quarter, they were going with Shiloh at like kind of a point forward kind of role. Now off the ball here.
Yeah, I think your average height for this HSAA team is probably right at 6 feet. Man, CHSA coaching staff and fans are livid, thinking they missed one or two on the other end and kind of a ticky-tack one there.
I definitely would say, as an official, that's probably that is a foul, right? Like when you knock the ball out of a person's hands illegally and it's going to go to you where you get the advantage, referee most times is going to call that. But as a coach, you want that going both ways.
Sure.
Feed back door, reverse layup for Jefferson, no good. And ball's going to be fought for, and we have bodies all over the floor. We'll see what the call's going to be.
So I know last year Evangeline Treese came back late in the season from a knee injury. I don't believe she's had any injuries up to this point throughout the year, but you could see right there, she went down. She stayed down a few moments because she might still be favoring, even though it's been a year, sometimes knee injuries take a little bit of time to fully come back from.
Now, CJ, what was the call there? Was the foul on Treese?
Foul's on Treese.
Okay.
That's just her second personal foul. She's now on the bench. Addie Seal back in the ball game. Working it against the defense is Taylor. Three-pointer Grays, no good. Rebound fair. Full speed ahead for Dallas. Drive, kick out, Jefferson, swing, Yarbrough. Kick outside, fair, nearly lost it. Guarded by Chepkema. Ball out of bounds. We'll stay with Dallas.
I told you guys that I thought this was going to be a boxing match, and you can see in this second quarter the physicality has ramped up.
Yeah, both these guards, Chepkema and Fair, are going to have to be careful. There was a little bit of extracurricular after the play. Ref spoke to both of them. You'd hate to pick up a little chippy foul after the play.
Yarbrough's three is back rim, no good. Rebound Grays.
She is struggling a little bit today. Yesterday she had, I thought, a really good shooting day. And today she's struggling to find that ball go down.
Grays driving in. And she's fouled. The foul's going to be on Yarbrough.
And she's a problem off the bounce. Like keeping her out of the paint's no easy task.
I like the matchup of Seal on Shiloh there.
Great inbounds play.
Because
feed
of that.
Inside the Grays.
They're going to get Seal for kind of coming on top of her.
And Addie Seal now going to pick up her second. So they've got Treese, Yarbrough, and Seal, all three of them each with 2 fouls apiece. And we got a lot of time left. 6 minutes to go here in this first half.
This is HSA basketball. They're a very physical team.
Nice spin move. Oh, she lost her footing. And I know that she had I think, a thing with her ankle, and she looked like she felt it for a second.
No, I think that was one she did the primary move and went to the counter before seeing if that primary was open. It's worked for her. She had two great finishes early. That one, just the simple first move would have worked.
It's one of those moves where you're kind of off balance, but if you're able to put it in the bucket, the defense can't stop it at all.
Sure.
But that time it didn't work out. Now we see, again, a big scramble, and the ball's going back to CHSA again.
Tavia Taylor was wrestling two girls for that basketball right there, and she won the match.
And, folks, look, 12-4 was the score with 2.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. And HSAA has struggled to score since. They haven't scored a single point.
Yeah, but again, if I'm CHSA, no fault on the effort. They're working really hard. A couple of these you know, like you just mentioned, Talvia really fighting against two, but you're not gonna stay alive for long if you're allowing room and rhythm threes from good shooters.
Rannard's three, no good. Rebound, Seal.
Eventually, good shooters are going to make it.
Right.
And Jessie Yarborough, she's going to make a three.
Seal's three-pointers, no good. Feeding it back to Grays. Grays in the open court attacking. She'll stop, pump fake.
Man, a lot of maturity there.
Yeah, Rannard's going to feed Taylor. Tavia Taylor pulls the three. Looked like it was deflected. Rebound, Seal. Seal up floor.
You wonder if maybe the physicality is affecting both teams a little bit here, just not being able to put the ball in the hole.
Seal pull-up shot, good. Addie.
She said, no, let me put the ball in the hole.
Yeah, that's a comfortable spot for her. That one dribble pull up 15 foot. She's worked on that quite a bit.
She has elevation. She has the height. That's a tough shot to block if you can't match up with her size-wise.
14-8 ball game. Rannard feed to Taylor in the right corner. Guarded by Fair. Driving baseline. Creating space. Toss, Grays, short shot, good.
Man, that's great. That's a lot of just a really good play by Talvia. Saw she had the smaller player on her, backed her down, looked to create for a teammate, and creates a room and rhythm. It's hard for Shiloh to get a room and rhythm shot like that.
Yep.
Oh.
Ball bobbled a little bit now in the post. Ball popped out of bounds by Rannard, and it will stay with the Angels on the baseline. Coming into the ball game is Caden Scott.
So on that possession right there, it's very clear from here the ball was bobbled. But a lot of folks would say travel, travel, travel. The thing about calling the travel is you have to establish possession first. And because that came off of the pass and she was simply bobbling the pass, possession was never established. Therefore, there's no travel.
Seal misses the corner three. Grays the rebound.
CJ, if you're not careful, they're going to ask you to get a whistle, bro. You better slow down with the reffing expertise. This is an easier job.
There's a lot less criticism.
Oh, man. Here you just sit and talk. Maybe we get some negative reviews every once in a while, but no one goes home angry at the commentator.
And nice play by Green, working against her defender for the bucket. She's got 4 points. Lead's cut to 2 here.
Yeah, just chip away.
Seal with it, moving to the left. Dealing with 3 defenders there. Feed inside. Working against the defender. Left-hand shot, no good. Ball's loose, picked up by Taylor. Here come the Wolverines. Bounce pass. Chip come up. 3. No good. Ball's loose, picked up by Treese. And now HSAA going to try to turn this into offense on the other end. Hard drive to the cup. Ball lost out of bounds. Going to the Wolverines.
Great defensive stop right there.
Man, credit CHSA. This HSAA team looked virtually unstoppable yesterday. I mean, offense it helped when Seal just couldn't miss a shot in the first quarter, and then started facilitating, getting other players involved. But man, they've really gummed up a good team's offense.
Yep,
holding them to 14 points nearly at halftime is no small feat.
And I think it speaks to the coaching that they have, because they called that timeout at 12-4, if I'm not mistaken. Only 2 points since then, and they've clawed their way back. They've been winning 8-2 basically since that timeout.
Fair to the corner. Corner 3 on the way. Back rim no good. Rebound pulled down. And now the Wolverines back the other way. Gonna feed it to Grays. Bringing it up the floor. Shiloh Grays with 8 points thus far here in the first half. She's got 8 of their 12 points. She drives hard to the basket. And a foul.
And I believe that's the 4th player that they've rotated onto Shiloh. They're keeping fresh legs on her, knowing that the majority of the offense is going to run through her for the CHSA team.
Singleton's the one to pick up the foul there. 14-12 is the score. One more foul to give before CHSA's in the bonus.
I'm a huge believer in baseline out-of-bounds plays. I think you can steal a lot of points from there in a game.
And they do get it right to Taylor.
Come on, CJ. Let's go. Let's go.
How about that?
He is a believer. Come on.
14-14. We're tied up. What a run from CHSA. A 10-2 run. Fair cross court. Singleton, the drive. Lost her footing, a foul.
If you're HSAA, shots from deep aren't falling. What else? What can we do now? You got Seal on the bench. I'd like to see if they get something into the middle and then get one of those baseline runners getting something at the rim, because right now we're pretty low percentage from deep.
Graves picks up her second. Feed inside to Treese. Ball pop loose. And we'll stay with the Angels again.
But if that ball goes on the ground, man, there's a CHSA hands or bodies on it in a hurry.
Jesse, you mentioned it. There's only 1-3 in the game for CHSA. I don't think they're going to be able to win with only 1-3. I think they're going to have to find a way to get something from the outside at some point.
Fair on the move. Up top drive. Kick to the corner. Pump fake to the left. Pass.
Man, look at that.
Broken up by Taylor. Short shot for Tree. She's fouled. Heading to the line for two.
She's like the Energizer Bunny out there.
Yeah, that was a great hustle. Talvia Taylor almost came with the loose ball, and as did Shade. Shade, watch, man, if you young players watching this, the ground that Shade is covering, the top of that 1-3-1 in the zone, and then I'd watch Fair on the man-to-man. Both of those girls just really menaces defensively.
And that point defender for CHSA, again, they called the timeout and they moved that point defender up past half court, and it has really changed the dynamic defensively for them.
She splits the free throws, and so Treese with 4 points, 15-14 ball game with a minute to go first half.
Chance to take the lead going into halftime.
Tavia Taylor with the ball. She came off the bench, but she's played ever since. That pass stolen by Treese all by herself. She puts it up and in with the left hand.
That's what you can't have if you're CHSA. I think that's 6 points off of turnovers. You take those out. It's hard to score in CHSA in the half court.
Yep.
Feed inside Graves on the move, puts it up. Oh, a lot of contact, no call. We're going to get a foul call there.
My goodness.
I think that ball was just out of bounds. I think.
They didn't call a foul.
Yeah.
Wow.
They didn't call a foul.
There's some parents behind us that are wondering about that one. Man.
Yarbrough with it on the left wing.
And if you're HSAA, I would think you're content with just one shot here as long as you can get it to go in.
Feed inside the post. Tree stripped and a foul. And I do believe that's Shiloh Graves' third personal foul.
That one hurts. That hurts.
That's problematic for the Wolverines. And, man, you just would have wanted to get 15 more seconds. Just get to the second half without that foul.
I believe the table just said 1, but we'll double check at halftime.
I have a tough time imagining them taking her out if she only had 1.
I may have missed it.
Yeah.
It's all unofficial stat tracking over here.
That's right. It is unofficial. I had her down for 3. We'll see if that is true or if it is 2, but I do think she's in foul trouble. Second free throw does not make. Down to 10 seconds, 4-point game, three-pointer Yarbrough, and it gets stuck in the rim.
And HSAA will maintain possession on the jump ball here.
Oh, man. Videographer?
Uh-oh.
Let's go. From the sidelines. Let's go.
Had to get himself involved in the game there.
Yeah, that was a quick response, bro. He was waiting for that opportunity.
We love our videographer. He does an amazing job here.
Deep three from Fair, no good. Ball tipped.
Dude, I think there's a couple of girls in this game that might have been able to get that ball.
That's what I was wondering. Addie Seal's not in the game, but I'd be willing to bet.
I was seeing Shiloh, Seal. I think both those would be close if they can't get it.
Oh,
Rannard not able to get that ball down to the other side. 18-14 is the score lead for the Dallas HSAA Angels over the CHSA Wolverines. We got a pretty good Final Four ball game. The winner faces West Michigan tomorrow for the Undisputed Championship.
When it hurts, real time it. When it hurts, real time it. When it hurts, real time it.
Welcome back to Springfield. Second half action getting started now. CHSA with the basketball. Working from the left wing. Feed inside. Grays. Nice move. Pump fake shot. No good. Ball's fought for. And it'll be a jump ball. Seal hits the ground hard. And ball will go the other way for the Angels.
Man, Caden Scott is super aggressive. Every time she goes after a rebound, she's no nonsense. Just kind of get out of my way. I'm going for the ball.
Yep.
And she's pretty undersized for her position, but there's not any backup in her.
Feed to Yarbrough, who's fouled, and
By
oh my goodness. Gray's going to pick up her fourth.
And I don't know what she was.
Yeah, she's wishing she could have that one back.
Yeah.
That one.
You could tell, you could just see it all over her face.
Yeah.
Because really, she's just trying to make the defensive play.
Absolutely.
And I don't think she expected Yarbrough to be that far under her.
Yeah.
At that point in time. But, 4 fouls now for Grays.
So now the height for a CHSA is off the floor, and they're basically going to have to play 5 guards against this length
And
of
eight
HSAA.
of their 14 points have come from her. Now, both those free throws are missed by Yarbrough, so still opportunity here for the Wolverines. They're going to have to play without Grays for a little while. She's got 4 fouls.
Yarborough has 2 points from the first quarter, but outside of that one made bucket, she's taken several shots and has not been able to connect.
Offensive rebound, Taylor. Shot blocked. Rebound, Rannard. Back out to Taylor.
Man, such a strong player.
Taylor.
Uh-oh.
Feed, and the pass is just errant. Trying to feed it to Chepkema.
This is a danger zone for CHSA. With Grays on the bench, they've got to make sure that they don't allow them this lead for HSAA to get out of hand.
Right wing 3 for Seal, and it's in. Addie Seal now with 8 on 2 trays, and the lead's up to 7.
And they got to find some way to manufacture some offense with these guards.
Spin, pass, Rannard, outside. 7-point game.
So who's the breakdown?
A carrying violation.
Now with CHSA, we've seen Talvia do it a little bit as kind of a back down and create, but who's going to be the one that's going to get to the paint and create for somebody else? That's going to be a challenge because typically Shiloh's the one that's initiating that initial attack.
And maybe they do need to think about dumping it down to Tavia in the post and letting her try to initiate from the post.
Driving to the left, kick out, stolen away. Wolverines able to get it, trying to get it out of there. They do. Now on the move, up to Chepkema. She's driving hard. Picks up her dribble, kick outside, swing. Rannard, 3. No good. They really just want one of these to go down.
Yep.
Good hustle by Chepkema. Trying to get it out of there. It's going to be a travel. Back to Dallas.
Really, Addie Seal's height just changed that whole fast break opportunity right there. It was a great kick out, a great shot for 3, but again, outside of Shiloh's 3, they just haven't been able to connect yet.
Seal dealing with the pressure up top to Treese. Swing to the corner. Yarbrough driving. Short shot, no good. Rebound tipped, gotten by Treese. She throws it away, but there's going to be a foul underneath.
I think might be Caden Scott.
And it is. Caden Scott picking up her first. Ball on the baseline with the Angels.
So this will be interesting for CHSA. How long can you stand? I know Shiloh's might have got away with a hook.
Stepped out of bounds.
They say she stepped out of bounds. The ball's going to go to the Wolverines. Now, big question here about Shiloh Grays, who's out with 4 fouls. How long do you keep her out of the game? Because at some point in time, you want to push on through and you got to do what you got to do.
As long as you feel that you're within striking distance, you keep her there. But the moment that you think the wheels are starting to get a little shaky, you've got to make that change.
Chepkema in the post, trying to get it out of there. Ball's loose and gotten by the Angels. CHSA just struggling. They've not scored here in the second half. Seal, step to the side, 3, hit it, and 1. Addie Seal.
That was a big shot.
That was a big shot.
Man, you see what she just leaned in with that shoulder to create the space. Rose up for the shot. That was a big time move.
And I do believe they called the foul against Rowan Green, because I think they put up 30.
I thought I saw 23, but
yeah, I'm pretty sure that was Shea check.
Then you're right. Free throw.
Was no good.
Free,
No,
this
it was
free,
good. She
free
made
throw.
it. Yeah,
Free throw was made by Seal. Timeout. CHSA 25-14. And the Angels now have an 11-point lead. So do you come back in with grace?
As a coach, you're down 11, and you do not want to be going into the fourth quarter down 20. So I don't think you have a choice but to bring her in. And on top of that, they have not been able to get a clean look at the basket since Shiloh has had to come off the court. So I think offensively, you need her back in the game. But if you keep her out and you are HSAA, you've got the size advantage. It may be time to just start punching it down to the post and going to work.
I know if she does come back in the game, if you're HSAA, you're going at her every possession.
Every time.
You know, because that's going to be she is needed on the offensive end, but in some ways can be a defensive liability with 4 fouls because you're trying to play good enough defense to affect the play, but not give the officials a chance to foul you out of the game.
And it's a high IQ HSAA team. They all know go after that one player if she gets back on the court, as she is.
Up the floor now is Grays. They do decide to go back with her. She's got 4 fouls. One more, she's out of the ball game. In the post, making a move. Spinning, looking, guarded by Seal, outside. The Green.
The challenge for Grays now is going to be playing with the same confidence that you normally play with the 4 fouls.
Grays on the move. Her shot's blocked, taken away. Dallas with it. Moving it up the floor. Seal, drive, drop off to the basket. Yarbrough, the finish.
Big defensive stop on one end, coast to coast, and dropping the dime here. That was a really impressive play by Seal.
And that was a left-hand underhand pass to Yarbrough on the cut.
13-point lead for the Angels. Pass to Grays, who puts it up, and she's fouled, heading the line for 2. If she would have just put that pass right on the money, that'd have been a quick bucket there. But still a good look and a good find. And I got to say, Tavia Taylor been impressive this game. What she's been able to do. She works really well with Grace.
Yep. They've needed her in this game because before they put her in, they were down 8. Called the timeout, made the substitution change. Now, at the moment, it doesn't look like it, but, you know, as long as you have Grays on the floor, you feel like you got a shot, right? You feel like you got a chance.
Yeah, I mean, CJ, this game it's low-scoring affair, but no one's batting their eye about a 12-point deficit midway through the third quarter.
Right.
You know, that is there's so much basketball left to be played.
Down floor, corner 3, hit it.
Now,
Kinley Moore.
That's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th 3 of the game and 3rd of this quarter. HSA heating up a little bit.
Pass to Grays, foul from behind.
I think they're going to get, Singleton.
That'll be her second. And now throwing it in will be Chepkema. It's over 3.5 minutes to go in the third. Inside Grays, strip foul.
Just go to her.
Yeah, it's a point or a foul.
I mean, right now it's just got to be a steady dose of Shiloh Grays.
30-15 ball game.
I was confused at that. All the players lined up for free throws. I was like, this is a third team foul.
I think they thought that maybe she got fouled on the shot attempt.
Chepkema driving baseline and lost it out of bounds. Good defense there from the Angels. Turnover. And it's a 15-point game.
Set.
Up floor with the Angels. Swing again. Driving baseline. Pass, floaty. Got it there. Down low, shot blocked.
Good block.
Yeah.
Green takes it away. Chepkema up court.
Great defense there by Caden Scott.
Gray's behind the back. Taylor, pump fake drive with the right. Looking.
Oh, good
Nice
look.
bounce past Green. Her left wing three, short. Ball fought for and gotten by the Angels there.
Man, it's a good thing Shiloh pulled back on that. You saw her going for
Yeah,
that loose ball.
Yeah. She's got to play super smart for the next, at the minimum, rest of this quarter and the first 6 minutes of the fourth quarter.
Right wing three, no good. Miss, and on the offensive rebound, we're going to see another foul.
That's that challenge. That offside wing, you got to find a way to get around to get yourself in between your opponent in the rim. Because that one, if she just buried her, she had that inside position for the rebound. That offside rebound is such a challenge in the 1-3-1.
First free throw goes down for Jefferson. And the lead continues to compound here for HSAA. Second free throw goes down as well.
It's going to be a big possession here.
HSA has just made it incredibly difficult for Shiloh and really anybody on CHSA to get what I would call a clean look, an opportunity to shoot the basket without feeling pressure of the length.
Pass down floor, ended up being broken up out of bounds by Grays, and ball on the baseline now with Dallas. 2:25 to go in the third. Feed to the corner. Back into the post, batted out of bounds.
The defense has been there for CHSA. Ever since they called that timeout, the defense has been there.
I mean, CJ, 32 points, almost into the third quarter. That's not bad. It's just offensively, it's just been a challenge. The ball pressure and the length of HSAA. I mean, this is a tough team to score on.
Another foul
on Singleton. That should be her third. And there's 3 on Seal as well. But with the lead like what they have, they're able to keep Seal on the bench and not worry too much about that at the moment.
Feeds it up top. Taylor. Get the ball back.
You wanted that in the post.
Looking, driving. Back to the basket, feed back outside. Drive, Chepkema inside, left-hand floater, no good. Offensive rebound, kick out. Taylor, hard drive, floater's good.
Nice.
And that's the first field goal for CHSA of the second half. The bucket there for Taylor.
Much needed.
15-point game.
If you're HSAA, you're in no rush. You got 15-point lead.
Now you get the ball in the paint like that.
And the foul's against Taylor, her first.
I think that puts her at the line. Yeah, that's bonus both ways now.
HSA will have 2 shots.
So now you have to start thinking, if you are CHSA, you have to start thinking about possessions. Down 17, not insurmountable, but life has been so difficult to get something. You're going to have to, I think at some point you're going to have to start thinking about scoring quick and manufacturing as many possessions as you can possibly manufacture.
Ball tipped out of bounds, and it will go back to Dallas. 17-point ball game, just over a minute to go in the third. Up the floor is Yarbrough. Feeding it outside to Napier. Ball tipped out of bounds. Will stay with the Angels. Another thing I've noticed about Dallas, they've been able to keep their players fresh as they keep bringing them in and out. I've noticed that as well, which makes a huge difference.
And they have 4 players with 2 or more fouls, so definitely speaks to their depth, which is the one thing that CHSA is at a disadvantage with is the depth.
HSAA looking to get the ball in. Napier, feed to the corner. Drive, baseline, dealing with defense. Looking.
Good call.
Yeah.
Get a timeout called by Dallas HSAA. 42.4 seconds to go in the third. 34-17 lead.
Yarbrough, she's got 4 points, but she has not been able to hit anything from the outside the whole game. And that just speaks to the defense that CHSA has been able to play, because she is a terrific shooter.
Yeah, some nights you're going to have that, man. Shots are going to fall, and sometimes they're not. And she's still, I to her credit, I wouldn't say it's just like nullified her game. She's still bringing a lot of energy, helping move the ball with around the team. HSA has not. This has not been an A+ game for them. That's, testament to this program. They're up 17 points, not playing their best basketball.
Absolutely. But sometimes, if you're going to win championships, you've got to be able to play what I call ugly and win.
Yeah, that's exactly. They've had some good spurts. Steele's had a couple possessions. It's like, wow, you're seeing next level a move or a shot, but their body of work yesterday as a cohesive unit was far more efficient.
Yep.
Looking to get the ball in, and it'll be a turnover. Ball will be in the hands of CHSA.
You've got to score right here. You're going to get the ball back at the period if there's no more jumps between now and the end in the next 25 seconds. You need a score.
Chipkema up top. 20 seconds to go in the third. 17-point game.
Got to give it to her.
Feeds it into Grays at the hole, putting it up. She's fouled, heading to the line for two.
Man, to me, if you're CHSA, I don't know why you'd go away from anything other than that. Clear the side for Shiloh. They're struggling to get offense outside of that. She's unless HSA is just going to send two at her, and then we'll see if she's good enough to pass and make plays out of a double team. But she's such a hard matchup one-on-one.
First free throw does not go for Grace.
Do you think in this particular circumstance you would isolate her in a guard, just like you said clear out the side, just one-on-one?
I don't know her game well enough. It seems to me she's more comfortable playing from that back to the basket off the block. She's definitely got the athletic skill set to go off the bounce. Just don't know her ball skill, how comfortable she is off the dribble.
At the buzzer, the shot does not go. Third quarter comes to an end. A commanding lead for Dallas HSAA. They appear to be on their way to the championship ball game to take on the West Michigan Hornets. But the Wolverines may have something to say about that, but they have a 17-point hole they're going to have to dig out of when we come back. Ball back in for CHSA, down by 17 points.
Man, Jefferson, another hand on ball.
Chipkema outside the swing. Gray's up top. Gets the screen, driving in, spin again, layup, not there. Fought for and gotten by Seal, but Chepkema will force the jump ball.
Interesting decision by Shiloh to just not go straight up on that layup. She got down there, jump stopped, then tried to pivot through. I thought maybe going right up with it would have been a good decision.
Seal the drive, step back, dealing with defense, and now on the swing.
With her length, she hardly needs a step back. She almost went and just rose up for that shot.
Yarbrough's three, no good. The putback is good underneath.
That's a backbreaker. You've got the smallest player on the court coming in with an offensive rebound and a quick layup. Really impressed with Haley Fair.
And that was not an easy layup. I mean, she had to put some skill into getting that one to go.
Chepkema up top. On the swing, left wing. Pass to the backcourt. Trying to keep it in. She does. Now hard drive inside. It'll go out of bounds.
Something I started to learn late in my coaching career was the importance of possessions and understanding how many possessions you might need, because that may dictate the level of urgency you play with at certain points of time in the game. So with that as the context, you're down 19 points. That's 10 two-point possessions. You know you're not going to go 100% on those 10 possessions. Plus, you know you're going to give up something on the other end. So in a situation like this, you may need 20 possessions if you're CHSA to try and tie this game. That is a very tall task against this HSAA team.
Yeah, so you got a 19-point ball game. CHSA calls timeout. They'll talk it over, and we'll see what they come out doing. They just got a big hole to try to dig out of if they want to have a chance at this game. It seems as if the Angels are headed for what their goal is. I think last year they fell short of what they were wanting to do here at this tournament. And I do believe last year the championship ball game was HEA and West Michigan, if I'm not mistaken. And
CHSM and
HEA.
West Michigan and HEA the year before.
Okay, so CHSM, that was not the Final Four. That was the championship game.
Did I get that?
Last year?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Yes. Yep. You made me think twice there, but yes.
Yeah. I knew that they had played each other, and that ball's going to go the other way. We got a foul, and it was on Chepkema. And going the other way, Dallas's basketball.
Seal did a good job there, just staying upright. Shiloh's getting into her body, and just she has a length advantage, although it's slight. Just staying upright, she's able to get a piece of that ball.
Step into the three, Addie Seal knocking it down.
I tell you what, you give Addie Seal any kind of space. It doesn't matter what it is. I mean, it could be just an inch, and she's going to pull the trigger.
Gray's put back, not able to get it to go. Dallas with the basketball.
Shiloh's had to work so extremely hard in this game.
Ball lost, gotten to Seal. Seal pulling the three. Not good that time. Rebound pulled in by the Wolverines. Down floor, Chepkema looking, crossover to the left, putting it over the top backboard, and now CHSA just can't get anything to go as we're going to get a tie ball.
How much courage do you have to be Shade Chepkema and go Womano with Addie Seal for that ball?
She's got a lot of fight in her.
I mean, there's a reason why CHSA made it to this point. Not something that was necessarily expected. They were a number 2 seed, so they were a respected team. A team that split games with HSAA. They beat them at one point in time this season. But they were down to the Chap Chariots, and then they made a push and took that ball game and won it. The Chariots were supposed to be in this ball game as the number 1 seed, but CHSA found themselves here, so you got to give them a lot of credit for what they've been able to do this year.
And that was Chepkema's 5th foul, so she is fouled out of the game, leaving CHSA with just one bench player in Addison Curtis, who is a young player.
Hey, don't sleep on Addison, though.
No, she's got her future is
super bright.
Super bright.
Yeah, she's been one of those younger siblings watching at the end of the bench for a long time. Probably one of those players that could surface in about 4 different age groups here at the national tournament.
HSA with the basketball. Just over 5 minutes to go. Feed to the wing.
If I'm HSAA, even though I have a 22-point advantage right now, I am trying to look for any way possible to get Yarbrough going from the outside in this game.
Yeah, that's good. You're kind of switching your focus now to how can we best prepare for what we're facing tomorrow night. Sometimes that's, hey, let's rest legs. Definitely don't go try to do something crazy at the rim. But you're right, CJ. Someone's in a shooting slump. Can we see that ball go in a couple of times?
Feed Rannard 3. No good. Seal the rebound.
That's been the struggle for CHSA in this game is they've got 1 3 that came from Shiloh in the first quarter, and that's all they've been able to get from the outside.
Treese back out. Fair.
And if you're CHSA, I think you have the ability right now to play a little more physical. I don't know if you necessarily wanted to be that kind of physical right there, but right now I would expect these officials want to go ahead and keep this clock moving. So they may let a little more go. It's your opportunity to take advantage of that and try and steal possessions.
Just over 4 minutes to go. Treese, short shot, no good. Ball tipped, rebounded by Taylor. Up floor to Green. Green going to take that left wing 3. It's going to be swatted by Seal, and Green touched it last out of bounds.
Addie's just had the last 2 games. She's done just a great job shooting, defense.
Grays with it. Green, wow, she got hit.
I think they're going to get Yarbrough on that one.
It's foul number 4 on her. Baseline inbound here for Taylor. 3:40 remaining. 22-point advantage for Dallas HSAA. Get the ball in. Out to Grays.
Interesting possession there where they put Shiloh up at the high post. Went 3 flat. Oh, nice.
Man, she covered a lot of ground on that spin.
Yeah, she
Grays
did.
unable to finish it then.
Outside of the right lane, almost the outside of the left in one dribble.
Short shot is good underneath for Aria Jefferson.
Really impressed with her. She's not getting she's not going to fill the box score as much as other girls on her team, but she does so much for this HSAA squad.
And she does have 8 points. 41-17, a kick out.
Yeah, but she's affected the game a whole lot more than 8 points.
And probably a reason why she's an all-region player.
Corner 3 on the way is good.
That was Shiloh Grays.
She's got 12. And a finish on the other end there for Jefferson.
Sure, me talking about her scoring ability. Yeah, watch this.
And she's now in double figures. 23-point game. Thought about the 3. Taylor driving hard. Ball stolen. Yarbrough down floor.
You got to stay out of just – yep.
And offensive foul. How about Grays getting to the spot and drawing the charge? And I think that's it for Yarbrough. I think that's her 5th, and it is.
That is a risky move. Shiloh's taking a charge with 4 fouls. It worked out for her.
And that's a risky decision by Yarbrough with 4 fouls going for it.
I guess 2:30 left in the second to last
somebody
game of the
was
season.
fouling out on that play.
That's right.
Well, one thing was guaranteed at the start of this game. It was going to be Texas versus Michigan for the 2nd year in a row here at the national tournament. It was just going to be a matter of which Texas team and HSAA.
I'm calling spread for 11. An Addison Curtis 3 from the corner.
Yeah, I just noticed Addison checked in there. You're right.
Get it into Grays. Grays on the move to the basket, putting it up. She's hitting the line for
That's
two
also
shots.
a good play.
She'll have 2 shots, 43-20. I will say Michigan and Texas, just great states for homeschool basketball.
Oh, yeah.
Because
Yeah.
if we talk about on the boys' side, HEA Firebirds in the Final Four, we'll see them today.
Have these teams matched up before who are going to be facing off for the girls facing up in the finals?
HSAA and West Michigan, I do not believe so.
I believe.
I don't know how in the world they would have played each other in the regular season.
Well, but I mean, both wins were pretty lopsided.
Yeah.
In this round of 4.
And it's going to be interesting because West Michigan does not have the same height that HSAA does, but their guard play is absolute dynamic.
I mean, those girls were all over the court. Number 23, I was watching her from the top. She kind of the same thing as Jefferson, just hands on balls, in passing lanes, loose balls, rebounds. She was everywhere.
And West Michigan also just limits mistakes.
Oh, yeah. I was saying it earlier in the broadcast, is Treese gets the bucket there or in the previous broadcast I said, very rarely do you see West Michigan take a shot and say that was a bad shot. So this is going to be quite the matchup tomorrow between HSAA and West Michigan. It should be a fun one. If you're around Springfield right now listening in, you got to make sure you stick around tomorrow. Get here, watch these games. The best of the best going at it. I believe this will be HSAA girls' first trip to the Undisputed National title game, and it's the first trip for HSAA's program at the 18U level since their boys team won. I think the boys team won
in 2011.
I believe so.
Feet inside Grays, spin move, spin back, going up, shot, swatted, out of bounds. It was swatted. Oh. And give it to the Angels.
But a huge round of applause for CHSA. Getting here, I mean, they played an incredibly hard schedule against several good teams. They played CHSM a couple of times. They played HSAA now 3 times. Being here with this team, talking to Coach Curtis earlier, they feel like maybe this team showed up a little early in the progression cycle, which this is incredible experience for them going into next year. And while you see Addison Curtis out there not, getting, but, he just play in the last minute or so, for her to be out here with these girls.
Yeah, it's huge. How many, CJ, do you know anybody's graduating off this CHSA team?
Are
they bringing a good amount of the core group back?
I believe Rannard is graduating.
But still,
it's HSAA that's not bringing as much back.
Yeah, HSAA is losing.
I knew they were pretty top heavy.
Yep.
But I mean, you can see that the size, the maturity. This is a stout team.
Well, and here's the thing: West Michigan came into the tournament on a mission. 2 Final Fours in the last 3 years. They want to win. HEA is not here. HSAA in the fourth quarter yesterday, as I was running the clock, they looked at each other on the bench going into the fourth, and they said, we have 7 seniors. We are not losing. Both teams on a mission.
HSAA celebration is in order as they will head to the girls 18U Undisputed National Championship ball game. They'll take on the West Michigan Hornets, and that one will be brought to you right here on this YouTube channel tomorrow. We're about to get into some boys 14U action where the Red River Rattlers take on the Bluegrass Blazers, and a Final Four matchup. We'll bring that to you in just a little bit on the next stream. We'll step aside.
When it hurts, real time it.